Assalamualaikum, dear brothers and sisters. Welcome to part 9 towards exploring few mathematical facts of Surah Al-Kawthar, the smallest chapter of Holy Quran. We know that Surah Kawthar is Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Inna a'atainaka al-Kawthar fasalli li rabbika wanhar inna shani'aka huwal abtar. Please be noted that in this discussion, abjad-based analysis is made. Let's go to the next slide, and here we see the that in table 1, alphabetical frequency and related analysis is presented. Let me explain this table at first. Here at the left column, the alphabets are placed based on the first appearance in this surah. That means here we see that in the second column, the serial number as per appearance. That means the alphabet that appears in this surah at first, these are actually placed or serially placed in this column. And accordingly, that the harfs are also in this placed in this column. For example, if we see that in first ayat, inna a'atainaka al-kawthar, so alif is the first alphabet, so alif is the first, noon is the second one, so noon is actually the second second placement. Then again alif appears, but since alif is placed is the first one, so there is no existence of alif in the third place because alif is placed in the first one. In fourth place, there is also alif. We see this, but due to the existence in the first place, this is not actually placed in this table. Here, the fourth place, third place is actually for ain. So alif is first, noon is second, and ain is third place. Then ta will be in fourth place. Ya will be in fifth place. In fifth place, again in the sixth half in the next half we see that noon, but since noon is repeated in the second one, so after yeah it is not placed here, rather than we have placed it kaf here, because kaf is the sixth appearance of based on the serial way. Likewise, lam will be in seventh place, though alif is before lam, but since alif is existing at the first, so alif will not come here. Alif will be in first place. In seventh place, it will be lam. Again, serial number as per appearance. This we have maintained this way to make this column. So Lam will be in seventh place, and Wow will be based on the first appearance. Wow will be at the eighth place. Then Tha will be ninth place, and Ra will be at 10th place. In the next as uh, ayat, it will be Fasalli li Rabbika Wanhar. First Fa will be at 11th place. Swad will be in 12th place. But here we see that Lam though exists here, but since Lam is repeated in the first ayat, in A'tainakal here Kal Kawthar, here we see that Lam was in seventh place. So after Swad, that we will not place Lam after Swad. Rather than Ba will come here. Fasalli li Rabbika, Ra is will not be also in the 13th place, because Ra is actually in 10th place, repeated in the first ayat. So in this way, the 17 harfs or alphabets are placed, and the second column is in this way it is generated. In the first ayat, we see that alif appears 4 times. For example, here there is alif, uh, ali inna a'atayna. So alif is one, two, three. Then if we go there, it is also alif. So four alif actually found in the first ayat. Therefore, in the first ayat, the number of alif is four. In the second ayat, we see that there is only one alif. Fasalli li rabbika wanhar. So alif will be in the second ayat, just one number. In the third ayat, a number of alif is five. Inna shani'aka huwal abtar. The first alif, sha, second alif. Here, alif and hamza is similar because in abjad value, in abjad calculation or abjad consideration, alif and hamza are considered the same. So this hamza will be considered as alif. So number three alif, huwal abtar. There is also one alif, four alifs, and huwal abtar. Here is on there is also one alif, so it will be the fifth alif. So the five alifs will be in third ayat, and likewise in the on for the noon, which is serially at the second position. uh, in the first ayat, two noons appeared in Nashani Aka, one noon, two noon, and in the second ayat, fasalli li rabbika wanhar, just one noon, and in the third ayat, inna shani aka huwal abtar, this noon and this noon. Third ayat also we found two noons. In this way, for Ain, Ta, Ya, Kaf, the number of appearance as per the ayat is placed. And all the three columns, these three columns actually made in this way. If we go to the next column, that means digit sum. If we sum these three values, we got 10. If we sum these three values, we got 5. If we sum these values, we get 1. And likewise, other values are also placed. If we go to the next column, we see that the linear digit of these three columns, 415, is actually 415. The linear digit of these three column, actually 212, and likewise the other members are also numbers are also placed here. Now, if we come to the last row and actually sum all the respective values of the column, we get these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 values. And these are also calculated by summing all the respective values. Now, let's go to the next slide. In this way, this table actually made. In the third slide, we are on discussion. Uh, we know that Surah Al-Kawthar has three ayats. Inna a'tainaka al-kawthar fasalli li rabbika wanhar inna shani'aka huwal abtar. The shortest surah of the Holy Quran, and this has only three ayats. In table 1, the alphabetic frequency related and the related analysis is presented. That means the alphabetic frequency and the related analysis I have just explained in front of you, and these are actually based on abjad consideration. For example, alif is seen 4, 1, and 5 times in first, second, and third ayat, respectively, in the Surah Al-Kawthar. The digit sum is 4 plus 1 plus 10. So 4 plus 1 plus 5, that means 10. And also 4, 1, 5. These three number make the whole number 415, 451. That means, as I have told, that alif is seen four times, one times, and 5 times in this surah. And if we add them, we will get 10, and the linear digit will be 415, that is placed in this column. The same process is followed for all the other alphabets. Now come to the slide number 4. In table 1, few small and big numbers are carefully generated. From the analysis, actually, a few numbers, these may be small or big. These are actually extracted from careful analysis, and these are actually, this is a 153. Actually, summing all these values, we get 153. Summing all the values here, we get 15. That means 15 number alphabets are existing in the first ayat. 12 alphabets actually exist in a second ayat, and in the third ayat also we see we see 15 alphabets in this third ayat. And if we add all these digits sum, we get actually 42. And and if we add also these values, we get 1635. So these are actually small numbers. So if we actually go for big numbers, these are the big numbers, and these are also extracted from this table. If we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and all these sequentially placed all these numbers in a row, we get actually this number: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Up to 17, we get this number, and this is actually placed here. If we arrange all these numbers linearly, we get actually this number. And if we get all these numbers linearly, we get also this big value. And finally, if we get all these numbers here, we get actually all these numbers, sorry, we get this number. And if we just go for these numbers, serially place these numbers, we get actually this very, very big number. And interestingly, if we uh, see that all these numbers are divisible by 3. Please be noted that this is abjad based analysis, where alif and hamza have the same value, and that means same as they are actually same, considered as the same. uh, and this is the calculation. If you want to check them thoroughly, you will find this thing also. I have actually missed this one also here. I can copy this, that for the third value we can also place in these things here. Oh, sorry, I have this thing. I want to go for this value actually. So this thing also can be placed here. I have missed this number: 10, 5, 1, 1, 1, triple one, and at the last there is four ones. So all the values are here. And if we see the direct calculation, we see that all the numbers, interestingly, all the numbers shown here in this table, in this slide, are actually divisible by 3, and the fractions are actually shown by simple calculation or simple presentation. So I'm at the end of my discussion. It can be said that a stunning existence of 3 based divisibility is seen in the Surah Al-Kawthar. The structure of Surah is such that any change can cause mismatch in calculation. So much beauty of Quran. Subhanallah. That's all. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.